Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, and in this little mini series that I'm doing, we are reading all 5 novellas of The Assassin's Blade. So welcome to the fifth installment, the 5th novella, The Assassin and the Empire. Let's just see where we go from here. We had Selena freeing all the slaves in the first novella, The Assassin and the Pirate Lord. We had her helping out Irene Towers and helping her get into her healer's academy during The Assassin and the Healer. And then in that third novella, Selena was being punished from what happened in the first novella. So she was at the Red Desert with the Mute Master, learning some different tips and tricks to become a better assassin. So it wasn't that bad of a punishment. And then in the fourth novella, The Assassin and the Underworld, that one, we took some twists and turns. I can't fully fill y'all in on that, but we did get to watch Selena embark on a mission, an assassination mission. So now let's just jump into this 5th one and see where we go from here. It looks like we're jumping into this 5th novella at the end of the novella. The first chapter is titled After, and Selena has shackles around her wrists and ankles, and she is in what they call a prison wagon. So what has she gotten herself into? Okay, so that first chapter was called After. Well, now we're in the next chapter, and it was titled 11 Days Earlier. So we're, about a week and a half before she gets caught. So continuing from the 4th novella, we are 1 month out. So it has been a month since Selena has talked to Arobin. It's also been a month since she's received a contract to eliminate somebody. And I guess she's just trying to figure out what she's doing with her life. I'm curious to know how she's paying for things, because she was really low on funds towards the end of the 4th novella, and I don't want to say why, but there's just a lot that went on towards the end. So I don't know how she's affording this. I believe she paid for the apartment in full, so I don't know if it's technically a condo, because a condo you own, and then an apartment you pay rent to. I don't think she's paying rent. I think she owns it in full, but she's styled it, she's decorated it. Where is she getting the money to do that? And then also she's at an event. It's at a place called The Vault, and she's watching Sam just beat everybody. I guess because Sam is the second in command or something for Arobin, and Selena was Arobin's protege, so they're both really good at fighting and at what they do. And so Sam has joined something similar to what we would call a UFC match, and so he just takes people out. I mean, Sam is making bank doing this, and Selena's thinking, maybe I should hop into the pit. Maybe I should do that, because if Sam is winning every single fight he gets into, I mean, then that means Selena absolutely could win, because she's better than him. So she's thinking about it right now. Okay, I have to remember that Selena is 17. At the end of the day, she's a teenager. She may be the world's most skilled assassin, but she is still a child and still has a lot of growing up to do and a lot of learning to do. She is so low on funds. I mean, she is running out of her money, her savings that she had, yet she is still buying very expensive food and very expensive furniture. It worded it as lavish furnishings and exquisite food. Girl, you need to stop that. And now she's debating on hiring a housekeeper. For what? For what? Your little rinky-dink apartment that's on the top floor of a warehouse? A housekeeper for what? Do you not know how to clean and take care of your own space? But I gotta remember, she's young. This is her first time living on her own and moving out. She moved out of Arobin's keep. So she even puts on here, everything costs money. Yeah, girl, everything does cost money. I don't know why I'm so nervous right now. I'm so nervous. Selena wants to go back to Arobin and I guess get his blessing to leave the guild, because Arobin is he's the head of all of the assassins on, I guess, their continent. And so even though Selena's no longer in his debt and doesn't live there, she can still take on contracts with other people that need other people eliminated, but Arobin is obviously stopping that, and so she's not getting any contracts, so she's not making any money. So she also, even if you leave from Arobin, you're still part of the Assassin's Guild, and you still have to pay your yearly dues to the guild, and she wants to completely leave. She wants to like possibly leave the continent. Well, in order to do that, you have to leave the guild, and you can only leave the guild, I guess, if you have Arobin's blessing or permission. And so, because if you don't pay your yearly dues, they will come after you, because Selena has been contracted to go after other assassins who were trying to leave and escape. It's like being in a gang. But she's here, she's at the Assassin's Keep, and she's in Arobin's study, and she promised herself she wouldn't grovel. So she's approached it as, I have a proposal for you. And I haven't read any more after that. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous because she wants to leave. It's like Arobin will always have a one up on her. He even said as she walked in, "What brings you home?" my heart is racing as I read this. Okay, so Arobin will let her leave the guild for an insane amount of money. I mean, it didn't say what it was, but I guess it's astronomical. It would deplete her account and leave her with, I mean, I guess just pennies in their sense. They don't have pennies in their world. I guess they call them coppers, but it would leave Selena with, I mean, she'd have nothing. So she agrees. She says, yeah, I accept, because I want out. I want to leave. I want to establish myself somewhere else as an assassin, and I want to go live my own life, not under you anymore. So she agrees to it, and then she's just thinking, how the heck? How am I going to survive after I pay that? Because she accepts it and then says the money will be in your account very, very soon. So she goes home and she's just wondering what the heck she's going to do. And then Sam's here. Sam's in the 5th novella. Sam approaches Selena and says, I have a contract. I have a contract for me, and it includes you. And it is to take down, I guess, the largest crime lord in Rifthold. He has a weird name, Iowan Jane. They just call him Jane, Jayne. It's a guy. They call him Jane. He has, his second in command is also a weird name, last name Farron. So we just call him Jane and Farron. So they're thinking they'll take out Farron first, and then they'll take out Jane. They're not going to do it at the same time. So right now they're trying to figure out how to take them down. And I just, okay. Has anyone read further into this Throne of Glass series, or even into Crescent City? Because the guy that they're going to take out first, Farron, Selena kept saying that he's a sadist, and now she's saying that he, I guess, has developed a taste over time for sadistic torture. And I cannot read stuff like that. I can't. There wasn't much like that in ACOTAR. What little bit I thought was happening turned out it was a miscommunication on my part. You know, it was kind of a twist. So there really wasn't anything in ACOTAR. And so far in the Throne of Glass series, I think there's 8 books here, and this is one of them. And so far, nothing bad has happened. I thought something was going to happen in the 4th novella, and it didn't, thank goodness. And then with Crescent City, I know there's 3 books there, and I believe there's been so many spoilers about the 3rd book, just all over BookTube and Bookstagram. And I guess there's some torture scenes in the 3rd Crescent City book, and I cannot read stuff like that. I cannot. And I'm just wondering if I'm about to read something involving Farron and any of his people that he takes out. And considering that this 5th novella started 11 days later after she's been taken, and I don't know who she's been taken by, but I can't read stuff like that. So I'm just wondering what's going to happen, because I have to skim over paragraphs that are about that. I just won't even finish a book if that's going on, but I really want to read this series and then the next series, so we'll see. But I just, it's so gross. I'm not into stuff like that. I'll let y'all know. Or can you let me know first? Maybe I'll Google. Can I just tell y'all, the most random sentence just popped up. Selena had her weekly dancing lesson with Madame Florin. What? I just read this whole page and I had no idea Selena has weekly dancing lessons. I don't know why that just makes me laugh and smile. She is an assassin. Oh, I guess she does it for flexibility, and she's been doing it for years. That has never been mentioned in any of the novellas. And the second I read that, I mean, it's at the top of the next page. I, hit the button, go to the next page, and then I just read Selena had her weekly dancing lesson with Madame Florin, who also trained all of the dancers at the Royal Theater. I just think that is so funny. And I had to come on here and tell y'all that. Selena just got home. And I guess, okay, so her dance lessons are 4 hours long. Okay, this is just funny because if you haven't read the Throne of Glass series or even just this prequel, The Assassin's Blade, Selena is just she's very rigid. She's not fluid and loose or relaxed. She's very uptight. And so it's just funny to read that she has a dancing lesson. I'm just picturing a 4-year-old running around and it's Selena, this badass. Okay, so for the last 20 minutes of the lesson, so the lessons are 4 hours, but during the last 20, the teacher will just let her dance wild with abandon, which just, it cracks me up. So now time has gone by, the lesson is over, she's walking upstairs to her apartment and she's super sweaty and gross, and guess who's in her apartment? Arobin. Arobin's sitting on her couch. She walks in and he just looks at her and says, "Hello, darling." Isn't it cute when people like to read, even crime lords who walk into bookshops and don't threaten the owner or try to collect dues? They buy books. Isn't that so cute? Also, I wanted to throw out there, because we're past the scene of Arobin being at Selena's apartment, but he came over there because he found out about the contract and he just wanted to ask her, are you insane? Are you insane for trying to take down these two men, the crime lord and his second in command? And Selena just kept saying, get out of my apartment, get out of my apartment. And Arobin just kept saying, look, I know you don't work for me anymore, but this is crazy. You cannot take them down. He said, anytime I've had a hit on them or a contract on them, I have not accepted it. You do not want to do this. He said, even for all the money, they could give me the glass castle. They could make me the empire. I would not try and take them down. They are lethal. And she just kept saying, get out of my apartment. I don't even want to say this. It's not a spoiler. It's so funny. Do you want to know what books the crime lord bought? Because Selena snuck into the back to look at the receipt ledgers. He bought adventure novels. Selena is so cool. And that might not be the greatest adjective to describe her, but y'all, she is so cool. She is on Jane and Farron Street, and she is hopping from house to house to house. I mean, from roof to roof, jumping to the next house. I'm so impressed by her. She's a dancer, and now she's a tumbler. She is so cool. I want to be like Selena when I grow up. Arobin gives me whiplash, and this is a me problem. I trust him, and then I don't trust him, and then I think I can trust him again, and I don't know. Right now, I don't trust him. I don't trust what is happening. Like, my head hurts. My head hurts from thinking about Arobin and how I don't know how to feel about him right now. It even says it right here in her inner dialogue. Someone had betrayed her, not Arobin. And then, the paragraph continues. And then at the end of the paragraph of her inner monologue, she says, it couldn't be Arobin. Girl, what if it was? Because how is she not getting whiplash from him? How does she go back and forth trusting him? We have 40 minutes left in the book, but I think the book also has bonus content. But the 12th chapter that I'm on, it says there's 17 minutes left in this chapter. I think we have 17 minutes left in the 5th novella, and so much is happening, and I have so many questions, and I'm sure most of them are going to get answered, but here we go, y'all. We've reached the end. Here we go. Y'all, we have heard about the King of Arderlin for 5 novellas for over 400 pages now, and we're finally getting to meet him. He's talking to Selena. I can't tell if he's happy or mad. There's so much going on, and I don't really want to say anything, but we've met the King of Arderlin. I was really beginning to wonder if this person existed, but here he is. He's in this chapter. Okay, so the book ended, and I need to know more. It just went to the acknowledgments. I need to know more. I need to know what's gonna happen. And I know this was a prequel, so I'm just curious to know what the next book is gonna be about, how it's gonna start off. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It had me rate it. I mean, I know there are 5 novellas, and I wasn't really a fan of which novella was I not a fan of? I don't even remember. Was it the 3rd one or the 4th one? Whatever, I gave it 5 stars. I rated it 5 stars on Kindle. So this was 451 pages. We've got over 500,000 reviews on this book, all between a 4.3 and a 4.5 star rating between Goodreads and Amazon. Y'all, well, thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. Also, there was no more book content, no bonus content. There was nothing else. The chapter ended. There were more chapters after what I thought was the last one. And now it's over. And now I just need to continue on with this series. But thank y'all so much for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.